Welcome to the Soul Tide Podcast. I'm Brecken.
And I'm Brittany. This is your space where we keep it raw, real, and 100% authentic.
Let's get Soul Tide, sis.
Welcome back, guys.
Hi, guys. Welcome back.
Hi. Today we're doing a...
She's still pregnant.
Oh, yeah. Still pregnant. We're also batching these, so
Yeah.
we're wearing the same thing if you're watching on YouTube, but that's fine.
We didn't want to change our sweatshirt. We thought about it.
And I don't want to take this off.
Honestly, yeah. So here we are.
Yeah. Anyway, today we're doing just a little fun episode, a little spring cleaning, if you will, in honor of spring, bringing in the new season.
Getting rid of the old.
Yep. What we're bringing into the spring/summer and what we're leaving behind in the old season.
Yeah.
And we each just have like a fun little list of things.
Yeah. Which I think, honestly, if you think about it, would actually be really fun to do every season.
Yeah.
What am I leaving
Let's do
behind
it.
this season?
Yeah.
What am I bringing into the next season? It's
No,
like
I
New
love
Year's resolutions, but
Yes.
you get to do it 4 times. I was in my head counting how many seasons there were,
You're
so I didn't want to say it wrong. 6 times? Oh, no.
Also,
Yeah.
spring is the like traditional manifesting time
Is
rather
it?
than the winter. So like
That makes sense, though. It's like,
yes. In pagan, so like pagan is like the root of all.
Yeah.
Like,
I love how much you know, honestly.
I don't.
No, you do.
I just pull it out of my ass, honestly. I'm just kidding.
I'm like,
I read a bunch
Wikipedia
of
told
random
me.
things.
Yeah, no, I love that.
But we're not supposed to actually manifest in the winter because it's a time of rest. It's a time of introspection. It's a time of like winter. You're going inward.
Which is, I feel that.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I would describe my winter. It was like a pause, getting ready for something more, but it wasn't quite ready yet.
Right. So like if you think of nature,
Yeah.
nothing really
Nothing
blooms in
grows, nothing
winter.
blooms. That's so
It's
interesting.
all inward. And then when spring rolls around, that's like when like traditionally people would manifest and like bring to life ideas, and that's when nature is blooming and
Flowers
plants-
be
Yes,
blooming and shit.
exactly. You need to deadhead your flowers, by the way.
Oh my gosh. Okay, actually, I can't keep up.
I know they look so good.
No, but I deadhead them like every 3 days, which also,
That's
you guys,
crazy.
I don't have a green thumb. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
My mom would be so disappointed. She's not disappointed, but like my mom has a green thumb. She always has the prettiest flowers. I swear she should be like a frequent flyer at the nursery, because I swear every like couple weeks, she's like, I'm at the nursery again. I'm like,
That's
of course you are. She's
hilarious.
always getting new flowers.
She's like Martha Stewart, honestly.
What can she not do?
Yeah.
Honestly, I've yet to find out. But my mom was like, these flowers are easy. You know, you can keep them alive, but you have to deadhead them.
Yeah.
And so I went a full like 2 months without deadheading them. And I was like, Mom, they look great. And then all of a sudden, like this change of season,
Yeah.
I swear every couple of days I have to go out and deadhead them. Like I just did it 2 days ago.
Really?
Oh, I only did the back though. I didn't do the front
Yeah.
yet. And
No,
I
they still look
deadheaded.
good.
I deadheaded last week. But so Huddy will follow me now when I deadhead. And I made Scotty do it for chores last week.
Yeah.
And so she was helping me, but Huddy will follow me. But now Hudson just grabs any of the flowers she can grab.
like, "This
so she's pulling like the pretty ones.
Yeah.
We were back in the backyard the other day and she just was ripping out like the fresh ones. I'm like, cool.
You're like,
It's no
awesome.
wonder these
They'll
are.
grow back.
I mean, they're kind of thriving now.
Yeah. No, they're beautiful.
But yes, I do need to deadhead
Yeah.
them.
I was laughing because when we were walking in, I'm like, not that I even know. I've never deadheaded a flower in my
But
life.
you know.
But I heard Lori talking about it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, these look
Extra-
like they need to be deadheaded. Like I know anything.
I love that. You know what? I love a good call out because it's true. It did remind me I need to do that. I'm going to put the kids to work when
Yeah,
I get
you
home.
should make them
Like
do a
I let you
tour.
go bounce.
Yep.
You
The kids
gotta
are at
go.
a bounce house right now. or a
You
bounce
get
house.
jump place.
Jump place. Your
Contribution,
trade-off.
your trade-off
Yes.
is you get to go pull flowers.
Yeah. That's a fun
My
job,
toxic
though.
trait though is I'm like, they won't do it as good as I'll do it. So I'm going to do it.
Exactly.
I've had to learn to relinquish control. This is a side tangent. In general, with just letting my kids do things to contribute.
Yeah.
And being okay with it not being done right. Like
Right.
letting them vacuum and knowing there's like a whole patch of my carpet missed.
Right.
But it gives them so much more confidence. I watched a reel recently where it was like basically saying that, like, get your kids involved and have your kids do things like that just to be as being a member of the family.
Right.
Because for a while it would be like, yeah, a contribution. Because I would be like, oh, they vacuumed, they made their bed, they did all this. That's their chores. You earn money. And this reel was like, no, don't do that. that.
Right.
They live in this house that's contributing to your household.
Yeah. It's a team.
And they're like, if you want them to earn money, like find other creative ways. So like
Right.
we'll have the kids do a hard workout with us. They can earn money.
Yeah.
Read a book.
Yeah.
Not that they have to work out, but just pushing
You're like, we're
themselves.
gonna physically punish.
Pushing themselves to do something outside of like
Right.
Expectation chores.
Yes.
So anyways,
Like just a general like living.
this is
in the
living.
home.
This is helping.
Yes.
This is contributing to being in our home.
Right.
But that was a tangent. But it was like Scotty loved doing the deadheading.
Uh-huh.
That when I asked them to do stuff, they actually really like
Yeah.
it, and
I
it's
feel like it's like healing.
healing for
You're in
them.
nature.
Yes. Well, and it's allowing me to release like the need to have everything so perfect.
Mhm. Going back to like
The seasons.
spring, the
Yeah.
seasons. Now's the time to, I'm not saying don't have goals in the winter, whatever,
Yeah.
but now is the time to really like blossom and
Bloom where, yeah.
Bloom where
I was
you're
gonna say,
planted.
bloom where you're planted.
You
Reminds me of my
look at-
tattoo, you know, that rise up in a
Yeah.
wildflower. We all
Yep.
have one of those. I actually still like it, but
Yeah. We're going to start with things we're leaving
okay,
behind.
I like this.
My very first one is sugar.
Mm.
And that's like very cliche and also like
Refined sugar or sugar in general?
refined sugar. Because I'm a sweet tooth.
Oh, no, me neither. I went
You're like,
through
"Not
2
me."
sour little bags yesterday, you guys. It's an issue.
Okay, but that's like
And
at
I'm
least
complaining
kind
about
of
my
healthy.
butt sagging. Okay. Like, why? I did it to myself.
I love
but
that we talk about your ass in every single episode.
we do. Sorry, guys. It's really not that great.
No, it is. I think we need to like have a picture on our Instagram.
And it's going to stand from the side. Okay. But yeah.
Like I crave like the like cookies and
Oh, same.
donuts, and I do not think that's a bad thing.
No.
I'm like everything in moderation.
Yeah.
But like the more and more I learn about sugar and inflammation and how bad it is for your body
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
and your mental, I'm like, okay, I need to chill.
yeah. Like a reset.
A little
You just
reset.
need like a reset.
Yes.
Fasting.
And,
Well,
and
yeah.
also it like gives me clarity
Sure.
of mind.
Well, isn't one of the like side effects like brain fog?
Yes.
Also, refined sugar is, they say, one of the biggest things that feed like cancer cells,
yes, inflammation.
disease, all of inflammation.
Yes.
So when you think about it in that aspect, it is really interesting.
Yeah. It's not like a weight loss thing for me. It's like a health.
Yeah, it's like a
Like,
feel
okay,
better.
I'm like, okay, I would like to live a long time and I don't need this.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
Well, and it's addictive.
So addictive.
Like, obviously, Josh, my husband, he doesn't do sugar anymore. And it's been like, I don't even know how long it's been.
Yeah.
Over a year. Now he'll like dabble every now and then. He'll take a bite of something. Like we had Cadbury eggs on the table before my dog ate them all. You guys, this dog has gotten into every single treat I've left out on the counter.
He's a chocolate fiend.
Like the Tony's
Yeah, the Tony's
Chocolonis or
chocolate,
whatever.
yeah.
I have these little bite-sized ones. They're so good. I come home one day and they're cleared out. The whole bowl is gone. And I was like, there's no way he ate these. There's wrappers on them. We look out on his little dog run, me and the kids. There's wrappers all out there and no chocolate.
I'm shocked he didn't get sick.
And this has happened so many times.
Yeah.
I don't know, like bless up that he's, you know.
Yeah. That he's here with us.
Yeah. But Cadbury eggs, my husband ate some of those, but like he's not doing a lot of sugar. He doesn't do sugar anymore. His form of that is fruit or like honey on the
Right.
fruit. He'll do that every now and
Yeah.
then. Anyways, he said at this point, now he doesn't even crave it. He's like, it was hard at first because I think it's so habitual for us to reach for a candy bar, for a hot Krispy Kreme.
Yep.
That is,
Oh,
I
yeah.
love
Fire.
them. It's habitual. But I think once you cleanse yourself of that, you really
Right.
actually don't crave it.
Right.
And it's interesting how his goal was just to stop eating it for like the health benefits of the inflammation, all of it. And in turn, like physically, he shifted.
Right.
And that wasn't even his goal.
Yeah.
It really does affect so much more than we think. That's
Yeah.
on mine too.
Yeah.
Sugar.
We'll do it together.
Yeah. Actually, we really should. That's our Masogi.
Yeah. No.
Actually, that would be.
You know what I actually was thinking?
Yeah.
Because Chan was telling me
Yeah.
about this today. He's like, hey, you remember last year? Because I was telling him we were doing a spring cleanup.
Yeah.
So he's like,
Yeah.
hey, remember last year when you and Brecken had a goal not to spend money?
I love that goal.
I'm like, maybe that should be our
You know
goal.
what? Yeah, because do you remember I went like so bad. I went like a couple weeks and I was so proud.
Yeah.
Because it was like not spending money on like obviously groceries, all that stuff counts,
Right.
but like the little things that we don't need, even like the extra swig runs, the extra like treat stops, like even stuff like that. I was so much more intentional.
Right.
And it really was.
We did great.
It was
for
very
a little
empowering too. Yeah. And then I don't like new workout sets dropped.
Yeah,
I don't know,
exactly.
something. And
Something
then,
important happened.
yeah.
Anyway,
and then
that
once
was
you
a side
commit, then you're just like, well, I already did it.
I already did it once. Might as
I
well
already did
do
it once.
again.
But our husbands would love that. That could
Yeah.
for sure be a Masogi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sugar.
Okay, yeah,
that was
what's
on mine too. Okay. Less caffeine because
Okay.
we baby stepping.
Yeah,
Okay. We're
not
baby
no
stepping.
caffeine,
Not no
less.
caffeine. Definitely. I wanted like I used to do a Celsius like every day.
Yeah.
I got to a point like this past year is so bad. I'm not saying
Yeah.
it's bad for you guys.
Right.
You do you know. But for me, it was definitely feeding into anxiety. I noticed that so much. So I try not to do energy drinks now. I'll randomly have one in a week or whatever. But so I think for me, eliminating that source of caffeine and then just sticking to like I do greens with caffeine, like doing more stuff like that.
Right.
Or like a cleaner pre-workout,
Yeah.
but like also limiting the amount.
Right.
Because I think I well exceeded like 400 or 500.
Yeah.
At one point in my life, I was
That's crazy.
steady coasting on that.
You know what? Sometimes it's needed.
Yeah, yeah. So less
Not
caffeine.
healthy. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say I'm gonna completely
Right.
eliminate it, but I think like getting rid of it drastically.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Or getting it in more like a healthy form, like the
Yes,
green tea,
like a
is the
ginseng.
greens.
Is that what it
Yes,
is? Yeah,
I
yeah.
think so.
Ginseng
I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what it like
in
derives
that
from.
variation,
Yes.
like a healthier alternative.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I probably won't be doing that one. I'm like,
She's
after
counting down the days till she
I'm
can have
just
pre-workout.
like a fat cup of pre-workout.
Yeah.
But no.
The Just Ingredients one, that's one you
yes,
use.
I like that.
See, that's
one.
clean one though.
It is. And it only has 150 milligrams.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No.
For a second, when I switched off my energy drinks, I was doing that
Yeah.
because my lash girl does it. She's like, I mean, I don't work out. I just drink a little in the morning,
That
a little
is
at night.
hilarious.
So I tried, but it makes me so tingly and
Yeah, it's
itchy.
itchy. It
I'm
has
like,
niacin.
I'm like literally like, okay, I can't do this.
Weekend. Yeah. You're like, maybe not.
Yeah, it's not a vibe. But that guava one is.
Yeah.
Have you tried it?
No, I haven't.
Ooh, it's so good.
She has a lot more flavors in this past year that I've been pregnant.
Okay, I think that one must be new because
Yeah.
I had only tried like raspberry lime, which
Yes. People think that
foul.
smells like or tastes like throw up.
is yeah.
I love it.
I literally would drink it and I was like, okay. And then
like,
I
why
tried
did
one
she
other limeade one and I was like, that's foul too.
Yeah.
This one's really good.
Okay, I'll have to
But if you
try
like the
that.
limeade one, then
No, I
you're
like.
good.
I think it's like the familiarity of
You're
the
used to
taste.
it. Yeah.
You know, like it's just you get in that habit. And you're
yeah.
Like,
Ooh,
tastes good.
hit the spot real
Literally,
good.
even though it's disgusting.
It really is foul.
Okay. Another thing I'm leaving behind is unrealistic expectations for myself and others.
It's a good one.
I think just expectations in general, because
Yeah.
when you expect something to go a certain way, or you're expecting someone to perform a certain way, or like you're let down easier.
Sure.
And I think that's not fair to other people to hold them to these expectations.
Yeah, or to
that
yourself.
or yourself that you hold in your mind.
Mhm.
And I think I'm really hard on myself.
Yeah.
And I have these expectations for myself. And if I don't meet them, then I tear myself down.
Yeah.
And I'm done doing that.
Yeah, we're done.
Truly.
They gone.
I'm like,
No, it's really because also to piggyback off that, I feel like when have you ever like I don't know, I can count probably on one hand where like I've laid out an expectation and my life has unfolded the
Right.
way that I exactly expected it.
Yeah.
It really never does.
Right.
Life has a funny way of giving you exactly what you need.
Yeah.
And I feel like our plans are mapped out. Like we can create, we can manifest, do all that.
Right.
But like having one expectation, having something have to go a certain way, I don't know that it's ever going to live up to that hype. So you're setting yourself up to fail.
Right.
I love that.
Yeah. And others. It's like, even
Yeah, it's
with,
not fair to other people.
like my husband, for example,
Yeah.
it's like these expectations that are in my head that he doesn't know anything about.
and we expect them to read our
And we
minds.
expect, yes.
I'm like, I'm mad at you because you didn't
Literally.
know what I didn't tell you.
Yep, exactly. Actually, we were in with like our relationship
Yeah.
coach, and she was like, Brittany, this next week, I want you to focus on turn your complaints into requests.
Oh, I
So-
like that.
Instead of like complaining about like, oh, you didn't do this or
What's not
having
working.
yes, what's not working. Say, this is what I need from you.
Yep.
And be so straightforward.
Yeah.
And I think we can do that with ourselves
Yeah.
too, because I'm like, we can talk to ourselves and be like, this is what I need from you today. And if you give this, then like you've done all you can do.
And also
You
I
know?
feel like it shifts the narrative, or what's the word I'm trying to say, where like you stop becoming a victim, because it's a very victim mentality to expect something and to not be powerful enough to like ask for it in a like, you can ask for something or you can request something and not be a brat about it.
Totally.
You're standing in your power.
Yeah.
And so I really like that. Like, instead of like saying what's not working, you tell them, because men are fixers.
Yes.
People are fixers.
Right.
We want to help. We want to fix it. But how do we know if we don't tell them?
Exactly.
I love that. I love that. Okay. Nice. That's a good one. The need to be understood by everybody. That's what I'm leaving behind. I am a recovering people pleaser. We talked about this in one of the episodes, but my entire life, I, at the expense of myself, put everybody before me, which is not necessarily a bad thing to put people before you, as long as you're in the space and you're filling your cup.
Right.
Does that make sense? Yeah. Because as a mother, you put people before you. As a wife, you put like, but I had a tendency to like not pour into myself and then pour too much into other people because I was afraid of what they thought about me, or I was afraid of letting them down. And guess what? We are going to let people down. Yeah. That's just life. And so I think being okay with not being understood by everybody, because I feel like that's a broad category, right? Like people pleasing, all of it can go into that. But like, I don't need to explain myself to everybody. Yeah. And I'm an over explainer. And I think for a long time, like that keeps me up at night. And so for me, I think going into a new year of just being like, it's okay if they don't understand. Yeah. Because I'm okay. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And not only do you not need to explain yourself to everyone, even if you did, not everyone's going to understand.
Exactly.
Like everyone comes from a different lens.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like literally impossible to please everyone.
Yeah. It's like two different glasses prescriptions. Yes. You know what I mean? It's like, we're not going to see it the same way. So why explain to somebody who's nearsighted that I'm farsighted? You know what I mean? Level. It's like, hopefully those aren't the same things. Nearsighted, farsighted. I think they're different. Either way, you get the point.
They're opposites.
But yeah. But to your point, even if we explained it to the best of our ability, most of the time, because our tools are different, my tools are different than your tools and vice versa, we'll see things differently anyways. Totally. So yeah.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah.
A recovering people pleaser.
I really am though. I feel like this year I really am not, but the first 32 years of my life I was 31.
It's a hard habit to break because one, you don't want to let people down. Yeah. And you have this like expectation of like, okay, I have to look a certain way in order to please everyone, or like I have to cater to them or their emotions. But in reality, that's never going to happen. So it's like, I love that this is where you're at now.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's not authentically you.
No.
When you're so worried about other people's opinions.
Right.
And I was for so long. But then again, it was at the expense of myself and who I really was and the things I wanted and the things that I believed. And I was so depleted and exhausted. I have attracted in the past the wrong relationships, friendships, all of it, because I wasn't true to me.
Right.
So like being okay with not being understood by everybody, I think brings out my truest self. Yeah. And I can do it in a classy way.
Yeah, totally.
And it also brings out like my best relationships.
Yeah. Boundaries are hot.
Boundaries are hot. Boundaries are in, guys.
I think my next one was kind of along the same lines. Yeah. It was fear of being seen, which I feel like kind of goes along that line of people pleasing, but fear of being seen like fully in like who I am, my creativity, like my ideas, like and being okay with being misunderstood. Yeah. So I feel like those go hand in hand.
They really do.
I feel like I don't really even have to explain that because I feel like the fear of being seen is a people pleaser tendency.
Totally.
Because you're scared to rock the boat. Yeah. Like I think I've always my whole life been so scared to rock the boat. Yeah. I'm like, well, what if I share this opinion or what if I share this about myself and someone is the opposite and they don't like it?
Then I hurt their feelings or I offend them or
or they talk about
differently of me.
Yes.
Or they judge me or whatever it is, you know?
Yeah. And so I'm just like, I'm done. I'm leaving that behind.
I love that.
And I also feel like in order to be successful in life, it's not the only way, but you, with what we're doing, you have to be seen.
I was going to say, it's really funny that we're letting go of the need to, you know, be seen. Yeah. I have perfectionism on there, but also the need to be understood. I'm like, that's great that we started a podcast because
literally.
we are going to be seen and probably misunderstood. It's a really good stretch for us.
Yeah, it is.
It's great.
No, I love it. It's exposure therapy.
It really is, because the two things I always said, you guys, for real, I don't really love watching myself on camera or hearing my voice. And I'm like, oh, cool. So let's start a podcast. That makes sense.
But honestly, sometimes the things that we're most resistant to or scared of or have the most fear surrounding is where our power lies.
Sure. Yeah.
So like us starting the podcast, we were like, there's no way. And like we're all these like insecurities coming up.
Yep.
Sometimes our biggest weakness is actually like just disguised as our greatest.
Yeah. Our biggest breakthrough.
Yeah. Our biggest breakthrough.
Yeah.
So it is interesting.
It's really interesting.
I love it for us.
It's perfect. It's not perfect because we're letting go.
Yeah, we're letting go of perfectionism.
I'm a recovering people pleaser, OCD, perfectionist.
You've got the trifecta.
The trifecta. We're letting go of all of those.
All the things.
Yeah. To go off on the perfectionism thing, I mean, I think we clarified most of that, but to tie into that, I feel like I've realized the more work I've done, like a lot of my like OCD and trying to keep things perfect and keep a house perfect and have no messes, like I think that stems from the trauma of my childhood and feeling like my life was always out of control. Right. And this was the one thing I had control over. And it's great because everybody loves a clean house. Yeah. But I've had to almost rewire my brain to leave a mess. Like the kitchen island right now, I would have never done that. Just like having you come over. Like, but you know what's funny? It doesn't.
Oh, good.
So I'm learning to like leave a mess, or like the playroom. I clean it up at the end of the day now, whereas I would clean it up
as you go
10 times.
Yeah.
But all I was doing was getting resentful towards my people, and I was more burnt out and I was more tired. So I think letting go of like, it has to look perfect or fit perfectly in a box.
Yeah.
That's gone. Bye.
I'm happy.
We're getting rid of that.
Yeah,
we're working on it. There are days where I'm like,
winter,
in the deep
dark
season. Yeah.
Winter.
Yep.
Even though it's Arizona, it's not that cold.
I don't
or dark.
Did I ever get winter here? Gosh, we wear jackets every time, but like it's hot out there.
Don't be deceived. It is hot.
I was walking around with a tank top all day yesterday. Okay. But
do you have any more for leaving behind?
Leaving behind. What else? Less scrolling and social media.
Literally just gonna say
Were you going to say that?
Right here, scrolling.
Stop.
We're soul tied.
We really are soul tied. I feel like that's self-explanatory, but do you want to?
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to say with that?
I just feel like scrolling is such an energy sucker, and I'm not creative when I scroll. I am irritated and agitated. Like I notice I'm like getting upset maybe with my kids for interrupting the scroll. And I'm like, ew. Gosh. I literally have to step back and be like, what the freak?
Yeah.
It's not okay. And also it creates brain fog. It's an addiction.
For sure.
I just am leaving it behind. So every day now I have a special spot. It's my phone spot, and it goes on the counter.
I love that.
And it stays there unless I need to create content or take a picture or call someone. Like literally it's not even on loud.
Yeah. But honestly, it's like, but that should be the point of our phones. I feel like somewhere along the way, we all kind of lost that point. As our phones got smarter and smarter, we're saying the sole purpose is to get a hold of somebody.
Right. Yeah.
But now it's like, we can't live without it. People are sleeping with it. Yeah. It's on our bodies 24/7. I have to listen to music. I have to look at social media. I have to watch a show, which it's great in small doses. It's a great tool. But like, I think so many people can relate to that, where like it's now become addictive and not supportive.
Yeah. And honestly, okay, I was thinking back, like when I was little and it would be like a Saturday and I would spend all day watching TV or something, I'd feel like shiz.
Yeah.
I remember specifically the feeling of being little and feeling that way. And now in adulthood, it's like, I don't have the time to scroll all day.
Yeah.
But I will make the time to scroll in between moments, or like waiting in the car pickup line or whatever. And I feel a similar feeling of like, I'm just tired and not like sharp.
Yeah.
I don't know. My brain feels like dumb.
Why do we have such a hard time just sitting in the silence?
Totally.
You know what I mean? Like sitting in the silence of our own thoughts is very uncomfortable.
Yes.
So we pick up our phone and we scroll so that we don't have to think about it. It's a very interesting thought.
Yeah.
But it's creating this, like, I feel like culture of like always having to do something. We're losing the ability to be bored.
Yeah. And also losing the ability to be present
and creative.
Yes. I was thinking that in the bath last night because my phone was like on the ground playing music. I usually read in the bath, but like I wanted to scroll and I'm sitting there and I have to like actively be like, okay, I'm not going to scroll or look at my phone. And I was laying in the bath and it's like, when we're scrolling, it's hard to think our own thoughts.
Yeah.
It's hard to hear our own inner compass, our own voice. And the further from the scroll we get, the easier it is to hear your own intuition.
Yeah.
It's like it all of a sudden comes back.
It's actually very interesting when you think about it like that. Because it's like we are numbing our ability to like, I guess, be our full potential. I don't know if that's the right word, but true. Like you're right.
And also if you okay, for me, if I pay attention to the times I scroll, it's usually a coping mechanism.
Yes.
It's like maybe I'm bored is one. Sad. I want to like buy something. Like it's always like an impulse and I pick up my phone.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's habitual. A lot of the times it is, but we numb using our phones.
Yeah.
And so when we're doing that, we're actually not getting to the root of the problem ever.
No. That was a good one.
Yeah.
I think one more thing to like asterisk, is that what it is? Like a bullet point underneath would be less TV time for me too. Yeah. Not that I actually like, I don't watch TV a lot, but Josh and I have turned on a show and we'll fall asleep to a show a lot of the time. So I think it's just eliminating that and filling it with like, we talked about reading a book, or I think I talked about that in the last episode, actually doing something that like uses our brain a little bit more.
Right.
You know,
or even like talking.
Or just talking, pairs of thought, just having a conversation.
That's what, like, I mean, because they both work so much.
Yeah.
It's like,
I didn't even think about that one, but
you're like, wow.
Wow. That was like an aha moment. No, but it's true.
No, I feel that. Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else that
was pretty much
like leaving behind
for now. That's what I'm leaving behind.
I feel like those are good ones.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
What are you bringing in? What are you blooming?
What am I blooming?
What seeds did you plant in the winter? What are you bringing in?
One of my biggest ones is outside walks and spending time outside. We've like really been prioritizing time outside this spring and it is so life-giving.
It really is.
I think we've talked about this in another episode. It is like, it refuels me and I forget when I'm in nature how much I love nature and how much it speaks to me and how much like I feel like myself.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay.
It's like a reset. It like resets your nervous system.
It really does.
I've been doing walks every day with Hudson. Yeah. The kids and I go on a bike ride like every day when they get home from school lately. Yeah. And it's crazy how much happier everybody is. Yes. And to your point, it's easy.
It's so easy.
And like I think you said in one of the episodes, like it's free.
Yeah.
It's something that we can do that brings happiness that doesn't really require a lot of effort. I love that.
Well, I was even thinking like, I was like, oh, I want to get the higher dose mat or whatever. Yeah. And then I'm like, bitch, go outside and lay in the grass.
You can literally walk on grass.
Literally. I can go and lay in the grass. Yeah. Like you have turf, so it's a little different.
Yeah, I walk in there like it's crunchy. I can't be messing with this.
But I can go lay in the grass for 10 minutes and it will raise my vibration and give me energy. Yeah. Like truly scientifically.
For sure. Yeah.
So yeah, more time
No,
outside.
I love that. Yep. I have that too. Like more time outside, more sunshine, more walks, like all encompassing.
Especially before it gets hot in Arizona.
Yes, because then I'll be like, I need to stay inside. Another one I had was, I forgot to mention this, less Uber Eats, more cooking in my kitchen. Enough said.
Yeah.
Enough said. It's more
self-explanatory.
More cooking. You know it's bad when your kids go, so what are we ordering for Uber? What are we ordering on Uber Eats tonight? And I'm like, nothing. We're making chicken breast.
Yeah.
Because clearly I'm raising monsters. So we're getting better. I've cooked twice this week.
Yeah.
For dinner.
It's amazing.
We're cooking tonight, so we're getting there. But more of that because also that gives us more quality food, like more nutrients. It's healthier.
Yeah, you feel better.
You feel better. So more of that, bringing that in,
and then you can use the money from Uber Eats to buy more
workout sets.
Girl math.
We have cracked the code.
Yeah, better skincare, and I want to start getting facials.
Love it.
I've had maybe 2 facials in my life, but I want to start doing, I don't want to start Botox yet.
Yeah.
But I want to start doing like the vampire facials or like more preventative.
Yeah. Pouring more into like anti-aging treatments.
Yes. Yeah, and being consistent with it. And then also like my skincare consists of 2 things. Like I literally wash my face with the Zoe Skin Gentle Cleanser.
Yeah.
And then
love that one.
I use the Best Skin Ever Sea Buckthorn Oil for my moisturizer. Yeah. That's literally all I do.
That's right.
And I'm pregnant, so it's like hard to get a good skincare going. But I am noticing like more wear and tear.
Oh my gosh, I was noticing
face.
that this year, and I'm like, what? The
On me,
sagging? No,
I'm
no,
just
no.
kidding.
So
I'm just kidding.
I
No,
have
no, for real.
no, but I agree with that. Like all of a sudden this year hit, and I'm like, we ain't as tight up here as we
You're
used to be.
What's
Like
going on?
it's drooping, you know.
It is not.
It's
but
not,
I feel,
but like
I feel
you know what I mean.
Yes.
You start to notice aging, and aging's
Right.
not a bad thing.
No,
Aging's
totally.
a beautiful thing, and doing stuff to help you. I want to age gracefully.
Yeah,
I want to age,
same.
but I want to age
Yes,
gracefully. I love that.
exactly. Yeah, and so I'll be coming to you.
You know what's funny? I was just
You're
going to
my
say,
esthetician.
it was funny though. I'm like, as an esthetician, I have gone from two extremes where
Yeah.
I have a 10-step regimen and then a no-step regimen.
Right.
And I've had to find my happy medium because sometimes less is more.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily need all of that either.
Right.
I've had to find my fine line. Right now, it is, it's cleanser and moisturizer.
Yeah.
Sometimes I add, I like to exfoliate too.
Yeah.
But like,
Do you use what's it called? Tretinoin or what's
retinol.
that? Retinol.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I mean, it's good for your cell turnover, supposedly, you know.
Yeah.
They say it's really good for anti-aging. One, I'm not as good at as a habit. Also, two, I have sensitive skin. So I haven't really found a retinol that doesn't make me like break out. The purging is normal, they say that, but
Right.
I like a softer approach. There's one I found, I just am not great with it.
Right.
So no, I do not. I need to.
It is being consistent with it.
It's the consistency.
Yeah.
It's building the habits. It's being consistent.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm on that with you. Better
Yeah.
skincare.
Okay, we'll do it together.
Okay, I love that.
Put me on a regimen.
She's like, I will
me in
not go on the
coach.
caffeine one with you, but let's
Yeah,
do the sugar
exactly.
or the we'll do the sugar
Yeah.
too. Okay, self-care. I put that
Yeah.
in there. So that goes into it, like more pouring into me. And that's a very uncomfortable thing. I feel like for us as moms,
Yeah.
it's very uncomfortable sometimes for us to pour into ourselves, but I feel like we've said this, you can't pour from an empty cup.
Right.
And so the more that we give to ourselves, the more we can give to other people. And so I think being intentional about that and doing something for me doesn't have to be like this grand gesture,
Right.
but like just something,
Yeah.
because I feel like we deserve that.
Totally.
And then we're showing our kids that they deserve that.
Exactly.
So more self-care.
I want to go back carnivore.
Oh yeah, you were saying
Like
that.
it's a diet. I don't even like saying a diet.
I know,
More
you're
like
like,
a
it's a
lifestyle.
lifestyle.
I've always felt my best on the carnivore
Yeah.
diet, and like not even doing it strict, and also doing it and observing like the baby,
Sure.
how they're reacting to
Sure,
nursing.
yeah.
Because it can
Have
be.
you done carnivore with nursing
No,
before? Okay,
not
so this will be
nursing.
like a new thing for you.
Yes,
Okay.
because I started it. I think Layton was like 15 months
Okay.
last time, and I started carnivore right when I stopped. nursing.
Okay, yeah.
So it will be interesting, but my skin was so pretty. My
Mm-hmm.
hair was healthy. I was super lean. It's just also, I felt good. Like,
Yeah, you felt good.
Yes.
I know a lot of people on carnivore and they love it. They
it's great.
love it.
And actually, I want to backtrack, not carnivore, ancestral. So
Okay,
you're
what's the
doing
difference?
like, fruits too.
Oh,
so like
I could get
berries.
behind that
Yes.
one.
Berries and like honey, stuff
Okay.
like that. So it's like meat mostly, but you're doing berries,
Honey. Do you do any form of
And
dairy?
eggs.
Okay, you can do eggs.
Yes.
Can you do like yogurt and cheeses or anything like
yes,
that?
raw.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
So raw yogurts, milk,
What's like a
cheeses.
raw yogurt?
They're not good. I'd put
Yeah,
honey
it
in
sounds
it.
nasty. I'm like, raw yogurt?
Honey and berries in it.
Straight from the nip?
Literally.
Like literally. I'm like, what, raw?
Some A2 Jersey milk.
Ooh.
It is.
Actually, I'm giving Huddy
Yes.
A2, the Costco one.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's good.
I think
But
she likes
yeah,
it.
so I'm
like
just
that.
gonna get on that again.
Well, I think it's also
my best.
yeah, and being in tune with when you feel your best.
Right.
That was the key word there is like I think we all have things that like we feel better doing and that might not work for somebody
Yeah.
else. So I think
Absolutely.
also paying attention to like what makes you feel good.
Yeah.
You know? I love that. Ooh, this is a good one. Earlier bedtime and more sleep. We're bringing both of those in.
We are.
It's not nobody functions with no sleep. Functions well.
Yeah.
I don't.
No.
I'm definitely not my happiest. I drag in the morning. It's D, all of the above. So I think being very intentional about going to bed at a certain time
Right.
and getting adequate sleep, I feel like that sets you up for your entire day.
It does. It's so interesting. I don't know if you experience this, but when I start going to bed earlier, it's like that, like you're laying in bed, like tossing and turning. You're like so frustrated
Oh,
because your
yeah.
body's so used to
Yeah.
staying up
Yes.
and like getting TV or
Yeah.
dopamine hit or something. And you're like,
It's like, what are
Please
you
go to
doing? You're
sleep.
doing nothing to me.
yes. But
you
then once you get
yeah.
past the threshold,
Yeah.
you're like, yes, this is amazing.
Yeah, it's building that habit.
Uh-huh.
Got to detox a little bit,
Yeah.
but it's Yeah, I think that's a big one. That's probably going to be
amazing.
one of my number one ones, because we know that I'm not like, I don't sleep very well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I love that. This one is just like straight up vanity.
Oh, yeah. But that's okay.
But being tan.
Oh,
I have been fake tanning most of the winter.
Okay.
You know, I just feel better tan.
You just want a good old vitamin D
Yes,
tan.
but I want a real
Like a real,
tan.
yeah,
And in the
real
summer, I do
sunshine.
get very tan.
Yeah.
But like, I don't really care if I have to go to a tanning bed.
Yeah, you're
I'll
like,
do
I
it.
just...
I'm like,
I recognize the hypocrisy of some of my things I'm
literally.
saying, but that's okay because we're real.
Yes.
Whatever it takes.
Yep.
Look good, feel good.
And
Right? Feel good, look good, whatever they say.
yes, but like also, obviously, I probably won't go to a tanning bed, but I'm gonna lay out. I'm gonna get vitamin D. I'm not scared of the sun.
No, yeah.
I respect the sun, obviously,
Yeah.
but like, I just feel so good.
Oh, yeah.
When I'm tan.
No, I agree. Like, I'll put on a pair of shorts, and with the tan, I'm like, dang, girl.
Literally.
And then the same pair of shorts
yeah, you're like,
when I'm pale, which is most of my life. I'm pretty much always pale, so I don't know why I feel like I have any stake in this,
I
because
feel
I'm
like
always
you're darker
pale.
now, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One shade dark.
Yeah.
Not quite Casper.
Well, we'll see at the end of the summer.
Yeah.
when
We'll give it
laying
our
out.
best shot. But I agree with you. It's
Yeah.
just something about a nice tan.
Yeah, and it's good for you.
Yeah.
It really is healthy
I
to
feel like I
have a
feel
tan.
better with a
Yes.
tan. Yeah.
Totally.
I love that. Do you have anything else?
I don't think so.
I don't know that I have
was
much
really-
else.
Okay.
More protein.
You know what I'm bringing into this freaking spring?
Yeah.
A baby. And I better have, I'm like, and I better have this baby tonight.
She better go into labor tonight.
Yeah.
That's the best final
That is.
bring in we could
Yeah,
announce is just
exactly.
bringing in baby girl.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah.
To bring in a life.
so wild.
Thank you for watching our little spring cleaning
Yeah.
video.
Maybe it'll give you some ideas on
Yes.
what to leave behind, what to bring in.
Right. It's
Comment,
always
comment
good.
down below.
Yes.
What do they say?
Yes. Comment down below.
Like, subscribe, comment down below what you want to leave behind and bring in. But for real, like,
Really, like I feel like that's such a good practice to get into. Just
it is.
what you're gonna leave behind,
Yeah.
what you're gonna bring.
It can be very simple. It can be
Yeah.
a couple things, can be a lot of things, but I think it just kickstarts you into like a new
Being a better
season,
you.
being
Yeah.
a better you, and we're all about that. So,
Yeah.
we hope you enjoy.
We'll see you guys.
Bye.
And that's a wrap on today's episode. We hope that you felt seen, heard, and maybe even a little empowered. If you loved today's combo, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your girls.
Let's keep this Soul Tide community growing. Until next time, stay true, stay bold, and most importantly,
Stay you. Love you. Mean it. Bye.